Hey everyone, and welcome to the PlantStock channel. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jesse, and tonight we have some interesting news on Beyond Meat and what's going on with this stock, because it's been a long time since we've seen it go up the way it has right now. So let's take a look at that. But as always, I would truly appreciate an early thumbs up to help spread the video to more people out there. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you are interested in Beyond Meat and plant-based companies like Tattoo Chef, Oatly, or the Very Good Food Company, to name a few, make sure to subscribe and don't forget that bell button. And also, if you want to be part of a free Discord channel, the PlantStock community, take a look in the description where we talk about these companies. Now, first of all, let's just take a look at the stock chart, ticker symbol BYND in the NASDAQ. We can see that it is up around 5%, almost $105. We haven't seen that for a while. So we can see what's been going on here the last couple of days. And then yesterday it was around 98, and then today it flew up quite quickly after opening. And one of the reasons is McDonald's, one of the larger reasons probably. So according to a Motley Fool article that came out a few hours ago, what's going on right now is probably related to the fact that the McDonald's deal in the US, the test trial that is supposed to be at 7 to 8 cities in the US now for a few weeks, started today, right? And that could have been a very bullish sign for several investors, as it does seem to be to some extent. Now, we don't know if this is the only reason. I would say that the price has been looking pretty juicy and attractive the last couple of weeks, considering it's been under $100. That could be related to that fact too. But again, it did jump today around 6%, considering also that it just started rolling out now. So yes, again, could be an indication. And there's some interesting information here which might not be 100% accurate, but I'll read it here. So know what? Quote, the relationship between Beyond Meat and McDonald's has existed for around a year. Initially, investors were dismayed that McDonald's chose not to co-brand the McPlant with Beyond Meat. The companies co-developed the recipe and Beyond Meat is the supplier, but the McPlant doesn't bear the Beyond Meat brand in the name, unlike Beyond Meat's previous fast food partnerships. Well, first of all, saying that it's existed for around a year, yes, they started talking about this back in January of this year, but that didn't mean that the partnership is going to be a 3-year partnership, as I'm sure many of you know. It doesn't mean that it was going to start directly from then, right? And I think we know that. So I would say that the partnership is actually starting right now. Has been going on a little for the last couple of months, but still, I wouldn't say that it's been a partnership that's existed for almost a year. And the article goes on talking about that it's not co-branded, and that does theoretically make it easier for McDonald's to find a different plant-based supplier in the future if it chooses. Well, maybe that is true, but I don't see why they would, considering that this is the industry leader and it is the preferred, especially in the US, is the preferred plant-based choice for Americans. So yeah, again, I don't know of any other company that kind of have the same resources and the same focus as they have when it comes to creating a burger that tastes as much as meat. Maybe besides Impossible Foods, but there's other issues there when it comes to GMO and soy. But we can talk more about that in the future. Now, I do find it interesting though, because here they are stating that it's not a co-branded deal. And that's been talked about that before too, but I'm not sure that is correct when it comes to all countries, because I have a lot of subscribers from different countries in Europe, and it's been going out to different McDonald's around Europe now, in the Netherlands, in Austria, in the UK, and several of my subscribers have actually stated, especially in my Discord channel, that in their countries they have seen commercials where they're talking about McDonald's and Beyond together. So it seems like it could be a branded deal in some parts of the world. So, and also it doesn't mean that this might not happen as we move along. But the article is still quite bullish, as it states here. However, this deal is quite significant for Beyond Meat. Consider that as an early mover in the space, it's quickly building out economies of scale in manufacturing. And we know that's what it is all about, right? We need to get Beyond Meat to actually start building out scale. And when they actually do that, well, yeah, that's the game changer in the long term. And it continues on saying that if McDonald's rolls out the Mac plant nationwide and permanently, it would be a boom to demand for Beyond Meat's plant-based patties, helping further drive down the cost of manufacturing. And obviously that's the thing, right? Is it going to be a permanent situation? Well, we know it's a 3-year deal, so it doesn't mean that it's permanent, but it could. Because if McDonald's noticed that they are selling really well on their different locations, I would say that it might be more of a permanent deal anyways in the long term. And it's actually something interesting here also that I saw in my Discord channel here. Art M16 showed us this, a really interesting Twitter post here from change.org. If we look at what they're writing here, would you try the Mac Plant, the new plant-based burger from McDonald's? It rolls out today in 8 markets around the US and nearly 250,000. Guys, again, 250,000 are asking McDonald's to make it a permanent part of their national menu. Let's take a look at this picture. McDonald's, let's make it happen, please. It's time for a healthy, meatless option. Please. I like the sound of that. So to some extent, I would say that this is kind of bullish, isn't it? Because imagine only actually entering about 8 restaurants or 8 locations in the US right now. Yes, it's the deal with McDonald's, right? But only those 8 restaurants gets the stock to go up around 6%. And that's pretty huge, I think, because consider what that means next year, maybe, when we've been talking about that we might see the McDonald's deal in the US going up to 13,000 locations, right? Because that's what I believe. There are some analysts who also agree on that, that why would McDonald's make this kind of test in the US? If not, and I mean, to begin with, why even have this deal with McDonald's if they're not planning on to use these plant-based options in most of their locations, right? And remember, it's about 38,000 to 39,000 locations worldwide. So if they would actually have them at about 13,000 in the US, that would mean another $200 million in revenue per year, extra on top of that, right? So that makes sense. So imagine when we find out, and if we find out, obviously, that after Christmas or in the next couple of months in 2022, that they're actually going up now to about 13,000 locations, or just let's just say 5,000 or another 10,000. I mean, what would that mean for the stock price? Because 6% with only 8 locations, it would be interesting. And also, when it comes to the PepsiCo deal that they've been talking about now for a year soon, PepsiCo themselves has gone out and stated that they're going to collaborate with Beyond Meat to make some kind of healthy snack and some kind of plant-based beverage, what that now could be. And we talked about that too, because just recently, Beyond Meat registered a new trademark, Beyond Milk. And could that be a deal with PepsiCo then to help them facilitate this? Well, that's going to be interesting. Guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. And before I let you go, folks, I just want to let you know that I just had a 2-hour interview today with Warren Redlich, where we talked about Beyond Meat, if it could be a similar company to Tesla. If you're not familiar with Warren Redlich, he's a huge Tesla bull, right? So take a look at his channel too if you're interested. It's coming out, this video now, in maybe 2 to 3 days, something like that. It's 2 hours long, so it's going to take me some time to edit it, but to take a look at that. All right, folks, that was it for tonight. I hope you got some value from today's video, and if you did, as always, I would really appreciate a thumbs up to help spread this video. And if you want to be part of the channel, make sure to subscribe and don't forget that bell button. And again, if you want to be part of my free Discord channel, the PlantStock community, where we talk about plant-based companies and Tesla and Square and Apple and some other companies, then make sure to take a look in the description. Thank you, folks. I truly appreciate your help. And as always, this was not financial advice. These were just my own thoughts and opinions. It's important, as always, to do your own due diligence. Hope to see you soon, and peace out.